Hello, my name is Omari Rush, and I'm the Executive Director of CultureSource, Southeast Michigan's coalition of cultural organizations and creative people. This video, which you can totally just listen to in the background, is our opportunity to speak directly to you about the state of our arts and culture sector and why we're excited about the future of the work you do. The state of our sector is fluid. We are damaged but not destroyed, exhausted yet inspired, and as entrepreneurial, creative, and bold as ever. This all energizes me and our team. CultureSource's work in the last year has been to invest in our internal ability to responsibly shift with this fluid environment, while also providing you with the information, resources, and connections you need to thrive. There are 4 themes I would like to briefly share with you related to the state of our sector: adaptive change, policy change, digital tech, and financial health. Related to adaptive change, our cultural sector is as complicated as ever. Customs of workplaces are disintegrating as new values around equity form. The tastes of arts consumers are changing against a nonprofit field that sometimes proudly doesn't change. And constant shifts in social media and news media, as well as in community demographics, makes connecting with audiences a moving target. This complexity feels just as unsteadying for our CultureSource team as I'm sure it does for you. To help us all, we are continuing our What's Happening workshop series to give you treetop perspectives on movements in our region and in the world, and to empower you to make well-informed, strategic decisions yourself. Also, as many of you know, we integrated the national nonprofit consulting firm EMC Arts into CultureSource last year. And after training 9 new local process facilitators to deliver those programs, funded by the Fisher Foundation, we are finally ready to start deploying their adaptive change-making resources to benefit you. So, this fall, we will announce a 6-month leadership development program for 2024 called Arts Leaders as Cultural Innovators. Look for more information in our November newsletter. In digital tech, generative artificial intelligence is a tsunami remaking business models, ethics standards, and traditions around making and consuming art. We see these developments overwhelming our field, both with threats and unique opportunities. While we value in-person arts and cultural experiences just as much as anyone, we see digital tech as the present and future. We believe it is critical that you be ready to do novel and wildly creative work in both domains, and we know that it is a time-consuming and expensive proposition. As such, we are expanding our 5-year commitment to investing in the intersection of arts, tech, and humanity. With the Knight Foundation, we are developing a suite of R&D labs for the cultural sector that spur new levels of collaboration, innovation, and production. With the Gilbert Family Foundation, we will be getting our members funds to experiment with digital tech in ways that help you acquire skills and equipment. And CultureSource will continue to offer our technologist in residence service, our free on-demand hotline for you to get all of your questions about tech answered. Regarding policy change, the foundations of CultureSource's advocacy and policy work date back to 1996, when our cultural coalition formed to mobilize arts groups around new public funding for the arts in Metro Detroit. Policy remains an important lever of change, especially long-term, systemic, and equitable change. At a time of major federal investment in infrastructure, we have an opportunity to remind policymakers that the arts are infrastructure that retains jobs, attracts businesses, and defines communities. At a time when our governor and legislature are focused on growing Michigan's population, we have an opportunity to remind policymakers that cultural vitality is what attracts people to our great state of Michigan, and At a time when resources seem scarce and silos form, we have an opportunity to remind our community that we are better and stronger together. To execute our vision for positive policy change, we are hosting member advisory meetings to make sure your voice influences our advocacy. In fact, we just held one last month at the Henry Ford, hosted by a master of government affairs, George Moros. We're also developing an action plan for gathering better data that is clean and compelling, and sharing it strategically based on a national research summit we hosted in Detroit last May. And we are working with rockstar experts in policy to skillfully guide us in messaging, on storytelling, and the impact of the arts. About financial health, the bottom line of our efforts in the cultural sector is that we all need audiences and money to do our work, and the pandemic has left nearly all of us weakened in our capacity to generate both. If this is your experience, please know you are not alone or uniquely doing something wrong. To support you, we will continue to offer meat and potato seminars on fundraising and marketing. We'll continue to populate our online resource library with listings of funding opportunities and relevant how-to guides. And we'll continue to be an advocate for you with philanthropists, in part through the twice-monthly Arts Philanthropy Roundtable we host, and by stewarding funds through CultureSource's 10 grant-making initiatives. At CultureSource, we see the future as bright, mostly because, aligned with our vision, we see you in it, helping to make our Southeast Michigan communities ever more vibrant and prosperous. Thank you for your continued trust and partnership as a CultureSource member. Please don't forget to renew that membership, and please do subscribe to our newsletter to take advantage of all of our resources and to be part of an amazing coalition of creative people and cultural organizations. Have a wonderful fall season.